Turkish story do not start with glory. It starts with escape. When Mongols start expanding throughout Asia, Ottomans were a small tribe. They were escaping. They heard Mongols are coming, and they were small tribe being. They didn't have a power to resist Mongols, so they did what makes sense. They escaped. They came to Anatolia and settled near the Byzantium. They were literally camped edge of the uh, empire with tents. Before capturing any big city, they live nomadic lives. They travel between one region to another every year. Uh, So Mongols were not just army; they were extinction. They killed whole tribes, whole men. It was something brutal, and everybody know this, especially Ottomans, because they escaped first. They didn't know personally Mongols because they never faced that danger, but they heard stories all the time. Refugees poured into Anatolia, and some of them reached the Ottomans and joined them. They heard stories of the Mongols. It felt like a hell. It was extremely dangerous to Ottomans. The danger they never faced, but they heard the stories of the Mongols. Mongols' expansion uh, mostly focused China, not the East. In the East, there was two smaller Mongol armies. One conquered Iran and tried to expand to Anatolia or Egypt, and second one reached the Europe, and they conquered Ukraine, Russia, and they had expeditions towards Hungary, Balkans, and Poland, but then they withdrew. Uh, uh, Towards Egypt, they sent one army, conquered part of Syria. Then they withdrew for a few reasons, because there was a succession crisis in Mongolia. So Mongolian armies withdrew from the Europe and part of Syria, partly related to succession crisis in Mongolia. So Mongol armies went to decide succession. So they withdrew. So could Mongol invade whole Europe or Eurasia? It was possible. But main Mongol army was fixed in China. China was much richer. There was a lot of resources to conquer. And it wasn't easy. Mongols, China, at that time, China was divided between two, South China and North China. Mongols easily conquered North China. With Interestingly, with help of the Southern Chinese. It was they Southern Chinese didn't have the Mongols, didn't have the Northern Chinese. They had the Mongols. They agreed with Mongols. They didn't think Mongols would reach Southern China too. But after Mongols conquered Northern China, they tried to conquer Southern China. It wasn't easy. They fought wars. It took 2 generations for Mongols to conquer Southern China. Meantime, uh, what reached Europe when Middle East was smaller Mongol armies, fragments of the fire. Real power of the Mongols focused on China. It was two smaller armies reach Middle East and Europe. And even those small armies burned half of the world as we know it. Another thing stopped by Mongols was Egypt. Egypt was different. If Mongols were like hell, Egypt was like a heaven. Because its water came from the faraway lands, like the heavens send a gift to desert. It was story of the prophet Joseph and Yusuf, and there was huge agricultural capacity and huge army. Most Turks who ran away from the Mongols went Anatolia. Some went to Egypt, and they united with Egyptian forces, and they defeated Mongols in the Ain Jalut in a battle in Syria. And that wasn't a small Mongol force, not the main Mongol army, but first time in history Mongols were defeated, and their expansion was slowed down. Mongols will not just stop with this defeat. They will keep trying to conquer Egypt. But each time, Egyptian army, being strong and capable, were able to stop Mongols. So, as civilization as we know it, Europe and Middle East uh, was protected, but not by just force. Uh, it's protected by between three things. First, there was Mongol civil wars. Second, main Mongol army focused China, not the Middle East and Europe. And third was Mongols stopped by Egyptian army. That's all for Egypt and Mongols for today.